As your invite another creator to co-host for more attractive live content. What is going on, family? I'm gonna wait a little bit because it says that they're letting people know that I am live. Hello, Dara. Let's say hello to this little girl right here. Did it say hi? Yeah? Hmm. Okay. Jada, can you hear me? It says that there's no audio detected. Okay, Marita, I'm gonna do my live. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It wasn't ice cream. It was the true fruit. The true fruit. Okay. The fruit. Okay. But is it loud and clear? Okay. All right, guys. Does it say how many people are watching? All right, family. I am coming on today. See where this conversation leads us. Oh, it says I have 4 viewers. Hi, guys. It says I have 4 viewers, but I don't see anybody on here. So, hello, everybody. Real-time viewer count. Oh, total viewer. No, no. It says 1 viewer. Um. All right, family. What can we do? Music. Frame drops detected. Turn off camera effects for smoother video. Okay. There. How's it look? Hey, okay. Should I turn off this light? What do you think? I look like an angel sent from up above, huh? You're supposed to say yes, daughter. Can we add music? Or will I get dinged for music? Okay. Anyway, I will start, and as people come in, they'll come in. Am I? My name is Martha, and I am a mother of 8. I have my own painting company here locally. That I have with me and my husband. So weird. Maybe I should put on some music while we wait. Or how do people put on the music in the background? Just whatever player we have? Viewers, please share my live. There's nobody on here. Please share my live. Yeah. What does that mean? Viewers, please share my live. Yeah. Alright, anyway, I will go ahead and I will start this video because this is what my video consists of. Faith. Faith in what I have learned along in my journey of affiliate marketing. So this is perfect. I will not let the enemy get me down. I will not let the enemy mess with me, because that is the playground for the enemy, where many of us fall victim to the traps that he lays for us. So right now I've been on this live for 3 minutes 51 seconds. I have no viewers. 4 people have seen it and they left. It's all good. So, hi Flower, thanks for joining. You just walked in as I was talking about faith. How we get stuck in our minds about the things that we go through in life, and we get stuck in our minds. That's where the enemy likes to play with our minds. So I could have got upset and been like, nobody's watching me, and had a whole pity party. But we're not playing that anymore. Hi, baby boy. ¿Que no ibas a ir a jugar? Anyway, it's a good thing you came on, because you inspire me, my boy. I was saying, oh, nice. Have fun. But you're supposed to be playing pool, Goofy. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for joining. Anyway, I was just talking about how I was sitting on this live for like 3 minutes and nobody had joined on, and I had just been sitting here, and how we get stuck in our minds and our thoughts about our unworthiness. Like, I could have easily been like, oh, nobody's watching me, nobody likes me, and then gone on my way. But that's what, if you've seen what my life talks about, it's about faith on my journey into affiliate marketing. And so if you don't know who I am, my name is Martha, and I have 8 kids. I'm married, and my husband and I have a painting company here locally that was not doing so well. But the whole reason why I started my journey in affiliate marketing was for this reason, was to help my husband in retirement, on our way to retirement. And I could have easily done that going off to go find work. I have not worked at a 9-to-5 job since my 20-year-old, since I was pregnant with her. So that's been a very long time. And that's not to say that I can't and that I won't. It's just I'm wired differently. When I first came to learn about affiliate marketing, what it is basically just earning a commission for selling somebody else's product. That can be anything from makeup, it could be Amazon stuff, it can be sports, tools, it can be anything basically. But what I do is called high ticket affiliate marketing. And the reason why I chose high ticket affiliate marketing, hang on. The reason why I chose that was because the commissions are higher. Okay. No, yeah, let's put it. Anyway, so I was saying that high ticket affiliate marketing usually consists of courses that cost maybe 500. They can go from like 250, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, all the way up to $10,000. It really just depends on the creator of the course and the value that they bring to the people in the courses. So your commissions are basically based off of that. The one I have too that I promote, and so my commissions are 50% and 70% of those high tickets. So if you ever buy from me, that's why it says that I have products there. That's what it is, because I'm selling my brand. So if you buy anything from me, that's what it is. You're getting a commission. So anyway, but what I like to talk about is the things that I've learned along the way in my journey in affiliate marketing, along with the affiliate marketing. Because I know, hi Don, thanks for joining me. I know when I first came on scene to affiliate marketing, people painted it so easily, like it was so easy. And don't get me wrong, people are making commissions. When you scroll through TikTok or Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels or whatever it is that you're scrolling through, and you see people that are actually saying that they're making, $250 an hour or $500 an hour or $1,000 an hour, yes, they're doing that. Hi, Mylin. So yeah, they are doing that, without a doubt. But they are not doing it from day one. That's for sure. And it takes skills to do that. And the biggest part that you need to know is that people are not going to buy from people they don't know. That's the biggest thing in affiliate marketing, is They have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you. So whether you show up online sharing like what I do, or you do a faceless account. People are doing faceless accounts all day long. So that's basically it, is you are building yourself to those people. So people will know you, they will like you, they will trust you. You build authority with those people. And guys, don't think that you have to know everything. You don't. You just have to be one step ahead of the person. Because you'll always, you definitely will be one step ahead of somebody else. Always. Think about it in life. You know, the jobs that you're at now. There's somebody who's first coming in and doesn't know anything. You understand? So you don't have to be an expert. You just have to be one step ahead of somebody. So if you come in and you go, okay, I'm going to do affiliate marketing, and you start affiliate marketing, and the way that you learned about it, that's being a step ahead. Oh yeah, I learned about it because I was scrolling and I was on TikTok and I saw the videos, and I sent an email to them and I got on their email list, and they sent me their free course, or they sent me their challenge, or whatever it is that however it is that you got in. You're always one step ahead. Hi, user. So anyway, that's why I come online to share about my journey. More so, the things that I've learned along in my journey. Hi, Ivan. Thanks for joining. The things that I've learned along in my journey. The things that I have learned along my journey, guys, are life changing. And what I have come to learn is that people who are on their way to, success and wealthy, changing your life, anything that, it can be, doing sports, it can be writing your own book, it can be anything that you are changing your life to. For me, in my case, was praying for this affiliate marketing to work. Easily, when I first joined, I was like, who's making $500 an hour? Who's making $1,000 an hour? I was, what's the word? How do you say that? Skepticism. Anyway, and if I say it, y'all are going to laugh at me. Skeptic. I don't know. Anyway, but y'all get my point, right? Anyway, so that's how it was. And I may only be on this live for about 40 minutes, 50 minutes, because then TikTok, I don't know. They say they don't see me active or something, and then they think, oh, you're not on here, so we're going to turn you off. So if you guys see 40 minutes comes up, that's why. Anyway, so I was a skeptic. There we go. It came out. The word came out. And until I decided, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. Because I looked into what's called drop shipping. And I quickly learned that no, I didn't want to do that. So then when I came and I sent my request or my inquiry, I did it like 3 different times, and the 3 people that I came up with ended up promoting the same guy's course, and his name is Dave Sharp. And so I was like, okay, So that's how I came into it, was looking through it. So the one that I came in through was Legendary. Dave Sharp. That's not where I stayed though. So anyway, for me, I was like, I thought it was so easy that I was going to be able to learn this on my own and do it quickly. The way I saw the videos, I was like, I can do this. I can just upload some videos and, put the little overlays on and this and that, and I can do it out. It's all good. That's not how it worked. I started this journey about 2 years ago, guys. And you're probably like, well, if you started 2 years ago, why are you still doing it? I haven't earned massive amounts of money, but I have earned money. Yes, I have. Hi, see. Again, I haven't earned lots of money, but I have earned money. The reason why I stay is because I have learned that you have to see a vision. You have to make the vision, and you have to stick to that. You have to remember why you started and look at your vision. This is what I have learned along the way. This is what rich people do, the people who are seeking success in whatever they do. This is how they do it. They make visions, and you know what's crazy is that they get all that stuff in the Bible. I believe it's in Hosea. Write the vision, make it plain. Why do you think? And when I was learning, I was like, oh, okay. I just have to make a vision, like, the vision board. But what happens when you make the vision board? You put it on the wall and you never look at it. Do you keep walking towards it? Nope, you don't. The idea, why do you not keep walking towards the vision if you got the vision up? Why? Is because a lot of people think they're not worthy. Who here, if you're watching me, actually thinks in their mind they can become a millionaire? That you can become super successful and be a millionaire. I was not one of them. The first time I heard my mentor say, you are going to be the first millionaire in your family, I was like, what? Me? No way. Hi, Avia. Thanks for joining. Yeah, the first time I heard in the mentorship, well, my mentor, the first one, his name is Myron Golden. His backstory, he was the last of 7 boys. And I'm not saying this to offend anybody. He was born to a black family. He says he is the last of them. He says they were poor and they were broke. He says that his dad, he used to take vehicles and flip them, and that's how they made money. He says, and when they ever got, like a sale or whatever, they used to go to eat, and they would just eat like small portions. He says when he started making money, he says his way of celebrating was going to the second hand and going to buy him some clothes. I was like, I can relate. Right? And I was like, and he said when he started, he's like 63 years old now. When he started, he says that he used to work doing as a trash man, making $6.25 an hour. So can you imagine when that was? That was a while ago. But now if you see him, he is a millionaire. I googled him up the other day just to see what his net worth was, and he's worth $23 million. I was like, what? How would you even think? He never thought. He says that when he says that when he was growing up, he grew up, or he was born in the 60s. No, yeah, I can't remember. But anyway, he said he ended up contracting polio as a baby, and he said, how, if we let adversary knock us down, we'll never go anywhere. He said with him, because he does lives, but you can't really see. He walks with like a limp. Well, then I started to study that, like, oh yeah, he has like a brace on his foot. That didn't let him stop him. He thought, because he said in his family, his brothers and stuff, they were all like athletic, and he says that his family, they could get scholarships or whatever and go to school, and that was their way out of poverty and stuff. He says, well, he didn't have that luxury because he couldn't run. But then he started talking about, like, what if we race? He said, I can guarantee you that if we race, I will win you. How? When he had a brace on his foot. He said leverage. He could get on a bike. He would win. And if they both got on bikes, he would get in a car. He would win. Leverage. These are the things that I started to learn in my journey. And soon, the thoughts of me being successful at this soon started to dissipate. But not without crying, not without tears, not without doubt, not without fear. And, me, personally, I'm a believer in God. And I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it with God. Well, when I first started that, I really didn't understand how it was gonna roll out. And what's crazy is when people say, yeah, you know what, I got faith. We all have said that. I've got faith. Yep. But do you have faith when you're put to the test? Does the faith show up? For me, it didn't. And that's why I like to come on and share. Because these are tips, these are things that if you apply them, things will change in your favor. But just remember, it's not easy. It's not easy. What I quickly learned is that faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more it's strengthened. If you don't use it, it's not strengthened. And that's what I started to learn here. Faith. So, quickly, my backstory. I'm at 29 minutes. My backstory. When I started this journey, like I said, it was in preparation to help me and my husband start working towards our retirement. Because when we started our painting business, we weren't thinking everything we ever got, we always spent. None of my money and none of our money went to retirement. And so I was like, seeing my husband, at 46 years old, I was like, dang, what's going to happen when we're 60 and he can't really, well, he can still work, but dang, can you imagine, like, having to lug the ladders and then be up and down the ladders, and then his knees are already hurting him. And I was like, dang. And then, hi, I don't want to say your name, mess it up, but thanks for joining. Yeah, I was like, he can work, but can you imagine? He's the type of person that he's like, we've tried hiring people to, to do in our painting company. But then he ends up reverting back to, I'm just going to do this solo. Well, guess what? When you are limited to one person working, you can only earn so much money, right? And so I was like, either one of two things. We need to either start hiring some people, or we need to start subbing people and growing the company. Guys, there at one time, how many of us? I have 8 kids. There was 10 of us in this house. Like, thank God that, all those years well, I think about it now. I was like, he was young, he was thriving. He could knock out a job in less time that he can now. And so those were my thoughts in doing affiliate marketing. I would see the notices about making money online. And I was like, how are people making money online? But I knew that people were making money online. But I just was like, how? How are they doing it? I didn't know, but I knew that people were doing it. And then I was like, quickly learning, like, the internet, you can, in this day and age, if people are not making money now, we're on the internet. There's so many ways to make money. So, and that's what I was saying in my affiliate marketing journey. It has not just like one source of income in the affiliate marketing. The reason why I do it the way I do it, and maybe it's taking me longer, that's all good. But when I first showed up, I thought this was going to be a piece of cake. I opened all my platforms. I opened YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, because I was like, this is pie. I can do this. And I quickly saw that, oh my goodness, that was overwhelming. And I was like, okay, I need to back up, because in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to start doing all these products, and I'm going to start going, I'm going to go at it. In my mind, I built it up real good. But I didn't realize that the reality, like, hey, girl, you need to slow down. You need to master the basics first. You need to master one thing at a time. Then start adding. And that's what I did. At first, like I said, at first I was like, oh yeah, this is all good. I can do this. And I said, okay, I had to back up. Then I ended up investing into this software that allows me to upload. I make one video, and then I upload it to all of those platforms, and I can schedule them. So you can spend like an hour or 2 hours in a week, whatever you want to do, and plan ahead and schedule your content. So, I don't know, do 2 Monday, two on Wednesday, do 2 short form videos on Friday. This right now, what I'm doing right now, this is content. What I do with this, when I'm done, I download this and I upload it to YouTube. Do you see where I'm getting with this? It has been a way of, now, guys, now in the day and age that we're living, I don't know about y'all, but where we live, I kid you not, my light bill for this month, I had to, well, let me back up. My light bill for this month was like 350, I think. But because that's what it is every month, it's like it getting caught up. And like I said, in our painting business, my income was drastically reduced. So I have a buildup of bills coming up, and I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. And that's why I said, oh, like, it's crazy. Like I said, I'm a believer in God. And if I didn't believe like this, man, I would have been done a long time ago. Because here is where I'm learning all things work together for the good of those that love God. Here I'm learning, you know what? You are going through a process of refinement. And now I'm all good. Let's go. Bring it on. Because I know where I'm going now. And when I get there is some lies that I do. It's called be, do, have. And that's something my mentor, Myron Golden, talks about. Before you get what you want to have, you have to be. Because, guys, there's already wealth and riches inside of us. We just don't see it. We don't recognize it. So he's like, there's wealth and riches inside of us. So he says, focus on being that person that you want to be. What would you be like if you had what you wanted to get? I know, like, before, when I had abundance of money in the account, I'm like, oh, sure, I got their lunch. No biggie. The work is flowing. No biggie. I got their lunch. I'll take care of it. But that looks different when your bank account is suffering. You're like, bro, I barely got enough for me. You think I got you? I was like, I get it. I understand. So I said, what's crazy to me is, as I have learned, um, and studying, what does studying mean? You're like thinking on that, meditating. It's in front of you day and night. When I started to really like look into this and start studying this and really start to think, okay, you know what, Martha, you started this, you're going to finish it. And don't get me wrong, guys, there's days where I'm just like, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I don't care. But no, I fight with myself. Because I'm like, would I really be happy with myself getting at the progress that I got to and then really just folding my hands and quitting? Would I be happy with myself? No. And more so with God by my side. I've learned. And this is what those successful people, they're teaching them. You know, they go around and they say, I'm worthy of money. I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of happiness. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. They tell themselves, my bank account is overflowing, and that it's really not. But guess what they're doing? They're speaking faith. And the reason why I stick to the Word of God is because I know that God is true. God is faithful. Even when I am not. Even when I have failed Him. And that's what I have learned here in this journey. Who I am to Him. And who I am to Him, He tells me, you are forgiven. You are loved. You are worthy. You are mine. You were bought with a price. And at first, you know what, guys? It's funny because it's like, oh, that's just cliche. People say that all the time. I know. I used to think the same thing. But the Word of God says, taste and see that I am good. And here is where I have learned. You know how 1 Corinthians 13 says, God is love? Oh yeah, He is. God is love. And before, I was walking in a path that I shouldn't have been walking on. And He was like, hey, mija, you're straying. Let's get you back on the right path. Because if you keep walking that path, it's not going to bring you anything good. And if I give you everything that you want, that's not going to be good for you either. It will ruin you. It will ruin your family. It will break you apart. And I had to step back. I said, yep, you're right. So now I know that these things belong to me. And I will get there. But I do not want to get there without God in my life and positioning me the right way to receive it. Because yes, I want money. Yes, I want wealth and riches. Of course, who doesn't? And there's nothing wrong with it. Before I would believe that, yes. Oh man, all that matters to you is money. I got a question. If money didn't matter to us, why do people work so hard for it? Why do people go through life missing out on the most important things in life, having to work so many hours for it? And that was another thing I learned. Over time, our muscles and our strength will dissipate. But making the investment that I did in affiliate marketing, in the products, whether it be a $30 book, if you can get into a $30 book and start there, do it. Because those numbers multiply. They multiply, bro. Do the math. If you sell a $30 book at $10, you sell 10 of those, that's $300. You sell 100 of them, that's $1,000. And it's the amount of effort that you put in. Now, my other mentor, the one that I have in my link in the bio, he has a free course. The free course is for you to come in and get exposed to it and see, this is it. You can take, I believe now the challenge is $7, I want to say. Don't quote me that. I don't remember. But anyway, they have a challenge that you can actually put into practice what you have learned and see if that's something you're going to do, what you want to do. Yes, they will start talking to you about the course, because the course is where they're going to teach you from A to Z. You have community. You have lives every Tuesday and Thursday where you can come in and ask questions. That's the high ticket course. So again, if you think, okay, I can't afford a high ticket course, start with something small and just get in there. Because guys, you have to quickly learn. Every day we're getting older. We're not always going to be we're not always going to be young, healthy, and being able to continue to work and work and work and work and work and work. We got to work smarter. And that's why I've stuck it out with affiliate marketing, because I'm like, okay, this is the tool. Don't get it twisted. God is the source of my hope. Without him, I wouldn't be here. The tool is the affiliate marketing. Promoting other people's products. That's why I say this is the best way to go, because you're not creating the products. You do not have to make the book if you don't want to. You don't have to create the course if you don't want to. You do not have to make the makeup, the anything. You do not have to make nothing if you do not want to. Just know that this is a place that when you learn this, guess what? You can also move to making the course. You price those bad boys at whatever you want, depending on the value that whatever you are happy with. If you think $1,000, do it. You want to do it for $2,500? Depends on the value that you give the people. And that's where people will come. That's why I've done this way. People want value. People want to know that you can help them with their problems. If you can solve someone's problem, my mentor says, all the money that you want is in somebody else's pocket, and they are willing to give it to you if you can solve their problem. How true is that? My vehicle. It has been time and time again where I was struggling with the vehicle. I'm like, you know what? I don't care who can fix it. Just fix it for me. I do not have the knowledge and the capabilities to fix my vehicle, but if you can fix it, I will pay you for it, because I was tired of the problem. Make sense? So that's why you will continue to see me here giving that value. Continuing to show that this is the way. This is not the only way. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying my way is the only way. It is not. I'm telling you, this is a way. Remember what I said. God is the source of hope. Your job can be the tool. But is it the tool that's going to allow you to have freedom? Time freedom? Money freedom? And just know, for me, in my journey, I'm like, the more money you make, the more money you spend. So what's really important behind this as well is learning how to manage your money. This has been very hard for me. But this is like life liberating, life changing. And it's crazy, guys, is that when I tell you that God is love and God sees us as his children, as a loving father does, he does. And when you start to give back, to take care of his kingdom, like the Bible says, first seek the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and the rest will be added unto you. That's no lie. One day, I have a daughter, and this, like, not broke my heart, but it touched my heart. One day, she got some money back in the mail, and we have been struggling financially since like November, and I forgot to tell you guys about that. But anyway, she got some money in the mail, and we were waiting on some checks to come in from working. And I'm gonna say hi real quick here, see if I can get this. Okay. Anyway, I was telling you guys that she got some money back in the mail, and we were struggling. I think we needed some money for food or something. Hot baby cakes is my buttercup, guys. Say hello. Da, 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 da. That's another story I'll share with you guys. Hi, Rydell. Thanks for joining.
Why does my head look so small?
What, baby?
Why does my head look so small?
Oh, it's because it's got that back screen. Oh. Anyway, I was saying that she got some money in the bank. She got some money in the mail, right? And we needed some groceries, and my account was overdrawn. And I was like, she was like, Mom, go ahead and I'll get the groceries. And I was like, hi, cuz, how are you? So anyway, she was like, Mom, I'll pay for the groceries. And I was like, man, that like touched my heart like no other. I was like, she didn't have to say that. She didn't have to do that. Because to me, I'm like, that's her money. Right? And so when she did that, that was like, God was like speaking that into my own heart. Like, look, when you are that giving, when you are like that, the same way I felt about her for doing that is the same way that it touches his heart when we do that.
Mommy, I'm gonna use this notebook.
Okay, don't lose it, okay?
Okay, because it's yours?
Mm-hmm. So,
need some light.
Go ahead and turn on the light. It's gonna change the lighting here though. Turn on the light. I turned my glow. It's all good. Cousin, say hi. I want to know that people are still there. It shows that I have no viewers. It says I have 26 views or 26 people that are watching. If you're still here, say hi, guys. Hi, Spawn Norion. Yeah, so I don't know. If you're still here, say hi. Because here it shows me that there's nobody online. So that's probably like I have more open to talk. But anyway, yeah, so that I was saying is that when she did that, that touched my heart. And that's what he was revealing to me. Like when you come with that heart posture, you do the same for him. And I was floored with that.
Like this side?
Mm-hmm.
See, guys? See?
She wants to show you her heart. It's not coming.
It doesn't show?
Yeah. So that was one thing. And then with my little buttercup right here, you know,
I'm sitting down.
I have learned a lot. Like he was showing me, like with her, how I just love her so much. She's like my little buttercup. She's like the apple of my eye. You know what I mean? And all my babies. But for me, I'm like, because she's the last one. I'm like, oh, there's that little spot that just like, oh, I don't want her to leave me, you know? And so I think that's why I like stick to her more, because she's, you know, the baby, and I'm like, but anyway, that's what he was showing with me, like how you love on her so much. How you love her is the way I love you. And I just didn't ever see God's love that way. I was deathly afraid because of the background in religion that I was living for a very long time. But here in my journey,
Thank you, Mom.
and learning about, you know, like that, learning about money, learning about wealth, learning about the Bible, learning about what it says, that it's for us. I was like, no way. For real?
I'm Superman.
And but I forever thought that it was wrong, that it was not humble to want, you know, these things. And for a long time, like I would like condemn myself, like, no, you're only seeking God for money. Well, I've quickly learned that if I have that desire in my heart, guess who put it there? Yeah, that's right.
I said that.
I'm like, those desires that he put in your heart, they're there because he put them there. It's not wrong to want more. What's wrong is to want more and not want to work for it. That's why I said, like, don't covet what your neighbor has, and then you're not willing to put in the work for it. That's wrong. And I was like, I get it. And like I said, it's not like He doesn't want me to pursue it, and it's all for my personal gain. He said, it's for you to do kingdom work for yourself. There's nothing wrong with those things. And that's where I started to, okay, I get it. I understand now. And I said it the other day where I was like, I remember when I used to go to church. I was in a church. I went to church for a very long time in a really place that where I really didn't seek God from the heart. I thought just being there and like I was right with God, and when I was there, I was like the most judgmental person that you could probably see. And I like, that was not good. I see that now and I'm like, the way I was there was to scare people off. They're no way want anything to do with God. And the Bible says that too. You know, that we make people like shun God because of our actions. And I was like, yep, that is so true. But that, let me see, I've been out of there since for maybe, like 11, like 10 years now. And I go to church every now and then. I don't go like I used to. But knowing God the way I know now, that I'm learning about Him now in this lens, is way, 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 way different than when I was there. And I was like, now I see like, dang, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, I have a lot to say. And it's pretty cool because TikTok didn't knock me out. Usually they're like, by 48 minutes, they're like, there is no activity. Who is that? It doesn't say joined. Hi.
Very warm, very cutesy.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Hi.
So, if anybody has any questions about things that I was talking about, those are just the things that I like to share. I like to share them because it's liberating, man. To know about the Bible, to know what it says, and how it applies to us. And like, I know scriptures, guys, but I cannot tell you like where it is in the Bible. I can't tell you, oh yeah, the only one that I know is John 3:16, where it is and what it says. But other than that, like, I have the scriptures in my head and in my mind, but I cannot tell you where it's at. And I share along the lines of the things that I have learned along the way. And I share them because I want people to know that He is a loving God and He wants good things for us, just like a loving Father, man. Learning about like why the Word of God says for us to meditate on the Word day and night. He says, meditate on His Word day and night so that you would be careful to live by His principles, His decrees, His statutes. And when you do those things, it says you're like a tree planted next to the river. And I think about that stuff. I think about like when when I have been studying along all in my journey in affiliate marketing, and how these people
This is noisy.
take the word of God and they apply it. People that don't even believe in God. Be careful with your fingers. And I was confused. I was like, how do they take things from the Bible and apply them and they're seeing results? I was puzzled. And well, remember I was telling you guys that, hi Miriam, thanks for joining. I was telling you that I used to go to church, and I used to go, religiously, and these things like I used to think, guys, like everything was wrong, everything was bad. And the Bible talks about that, like when your conscience is weak, to that person something's wrong, and if they think something's wrong, then they shouldn't do it because their conscience is weak, right? And okay, baby. And so I used to think like, my gosh, you couldn't, like, you could not even mention the word manifest to me, because as soon as you started to mention the word manifest, I was like, oh, that's not godly. And I would just like freak out. So then when I took, mind you, this was like years ago, okay? But when I did my course and I started to listen to my mentor, and he started to like quickly start to talk about he would never say the word manifest. But then I quickly caught on, like, oh, I was like, oh my gosh, he's like using the things like manifesting and the laws of attraction. And I used to think, oh my God, those things are like not of God, right? Because my conscience was weak. And I was like, I almost stopped listening to him. But then one day when I was listening, I was like, he said, the principles of God. He said, the reason why I teach so much about the Bible and business, he said, because he used to be a pastor. He said when he was a pastor, the amount of prayer requests that came in always consisted of money and health. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. And I was like, that's true. Well, it goes hand in hand. If you're stressed about money, guess what stress does to you? Little by little, stress starts to deteriorate inside your body. It makes you sick, right? Your cortisol levels are high. You're always on in survival mode, right? Well, if you think about that, if your body's always stressed and all your engines are firing on high, like you're making yourself sick. I'm sure you guys all know like what stress does to you. So anyway, so that's where I started to learn. I was like, oh, he says, and that's why he is so determined to continue to share and teach people about the Bible and business, because he wants people to be free about the limitations and the belief systems that we come with. And I was like, oh man, I get it, because I was one of them. I was there. And I thought, like, dang, you know what? what started making sense to me was, we know that the world consists of good and evil, right? And the works of darkness are prevalent. And how many people or money goes into those kind of activities, right? I won't mention any kind of activities because I have some young viewers here, and I'll get restricted. But anyway, we know that their kingdoms or their riches are funding these things, right? And what started making sense to me was, he was like, but the ones that are supposed to be my children, who are supposed to be the children of light, are sitting chilling, who are sitting on the sidelines and doing nothing about this. Like, where are my children? Where are my people who should be having this kind of wealth and sowing back into the kingdom of God? That's why I think about, like, what did Jesus do on the earth when he was here? He went about doing good. He went about healing. He went about, doing good and healing people. But he's like, and my people are just lax? Like, what I have quickly learned was, like, you know what? Like, people don't care about what you have to say about God until you demonstrate the love of God. If you don't demonstrate the love of God, people are like, whatever. And what I think about is, like, I know there's, like, street ministers and stuff like that, but, like, telling people, like, you're going to hell, that is, like, the worst way. Like, you can go around this world and be light to people. Like, today, I was driving around. I was driving, and I was listening to a podcast, and he's talking about, giving into the kingdom of God, and making, like, knowing, like, why God wants his children to have wealth. And there was this guy standing at the corner and asking for money, and he was like, when you lend to the poor, when you give to the poor, it's like lending to God. And I was like, here, I'm gonna act like this guy's not just standing there, like, hurting.
Wait, guys, can I tell you
like things that haven't gone wrong for him in his life, and if somebody can just give him a hey, how are you, sir? Just because you acknowledged him.
I want to tell something to them.
Okay, go ahead.
I remember I gave homeless people money and I created craftings for them.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom gave them money.
That was a beautiful experience, right, baby?
Mm-hmm. One had a diamond on top, too.
She had been telling me for weeks. She was like, Mom, she was like, I want to save my money. She has a little piggy bank, a little teddy bear piggy bank, and she's like, I want to save my money, and I want to go out and I want to give it to the homeless. And I was like, should we, or should we not?
We should.
And then she started creating these crafts. And she was like, Mom, I want to take these crafts and I want to go out and I want to give them to the homeless. Well, I was like, okay, I either can back her up, support her in this, whether it was like, I was like, man, okay. So I said I had two choices. Either I support her in what she was doing, or I can cut her wings and she will never ever think of something like this ever again. And so that's what we did. We went out, just me and her, and we were nervous, huh?
Only me.
We were scared, we were nervous. We ended up walking to a group of
Homeless people
that were like sitting around at the store. And we approached them and I was like, hey, hello, hi there, everybody. And they were, one guy just looked at us like, what are you doing in our space? And I was like, my daughter here she made these crafts and she wanted to hand them out. And I says, and she's been filling her piggy bank for the last couple of weeks and she wanted to fill it up and give the money to you guys. Mm-hmm. I didn't say to the homeless, but I just told them, to you guys. And there was about 10 people, I think, there. And they were like, oh my goodness, thank you. And so then as she's passing out the crafts and the money and this and that, they were like, oh, we too, we got a gift for her too. And they were like, thank you for raising, I'm
going to show them the skirt.
For raising her like that. You're raising a good child.
See,
hi, foosball. Hi, user.
Guys, this is what they gave me.
This is the skirt they gave her. No, I can't even see it.
They kind of.
You can't really see it.
Can you see the glitter here?
They can't see it, baby. So anyway, they were like, oh, thank you for, doing that, and you're raising a good child, and you're, this and that. But when we were there, they were telling me, man, for real, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Because people walk by us like we don't even exist. Like we're the scum of the earth. He says, and just you stopping in and acknowledging us made a huge impact. And the one guy that I said that looked at me like, what are you doing here? Oh, before we had departed, I had asked him, I was like, hey guys, I says, do you mind if we, pray together? And they were like, okay. So we all stood up in a group and we held hands and then we started to pray. And as we were praying, some words were spoken, and it was like God was prophesying in the middle of us praying and was speaking into some of their lives and in their situations. And so the one guy that I told you that, he ended up looking at me like, oh, lady, what are you doing here? When we were done, he gets up, he walks around to my side, and he gives me the biggest hug. And he was like, thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time of your day and stopping here. He says, you don't even know what I was going through right now. And he goes, just for you stopping here, this, it made the difference for today.
Guys, can you see in the dark? Yeah?
Not really.
Yeah? Or no?
No.
Give it thumbs up if you can't see it.
She said give her the thumbs down if you can't see it.
Or give it a thumbs up.
Or give it a thumbs up if you can see it. But, yeah, anyway, that's what happened. So,
yeah.
I don't know, guys. That's all I have for today.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. She said, love you guys. if anybody has any questions, I have a few more minutes.
Yeah, before I go to bed.
Before she goes to bed.
Because I'm tired. Oh, he's upstairs.
About my affiliate marketing. If you've thought about doing it and you have questions about it, or you want to know more about it, you might want to send me a message here. I have to check my systems to see like if my emails are going out, because I have to double check them. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I will help you with whatever I know. If you end up going through the free course, the challenge, or going to the high ticket, and you get the high ticket through my link, I will personally help you figure out your target audience. I will help you think through your content. I won't help you give you the content, because that don't help anybody. I will help you think up creating the content for reaching your target audience, the pain points that you need. So I will be there to support you if you decide to take the high ticket course and you go and you purchase it through my link. Sandra, me agarraste, mujer. Apenas iba a cerrar el live. Anyway, but I was saying, the link is in the bio in my profile with the free course. And I always give the disclaimer that you are not going to learn everything from the free course. That is just to expose you to the content, expose you to what it's like. And then there's a challenge. The challenge is 5 days now. It's a 5-day challenge, and I believe the cost of that is $7. And that actually takes you, that is the best way to go, because he actually walks you through setting up the funnel, and what else? He helps you do the technical part of it, so you don't have to know like technical stuff, because he walks you through it. And when you do that, your best idea is to make sure that when you watch the video that you stop and you apply what he's telling you to do. Don't watch it through and then want to go back and apply it. Don't do that. Stop the videos when he tells you to do something and then apply it. Then continue on to the videos, because otherwise you'll get lost and then it becomes overwhelming to do that. That's in the challenge. Same thing goes for the course. When you go through the course, apply the same methods. That is where you're going to turn. You definitely want to make sure that you go through everything in the course, because it's in depth, guys. Don't think it's like this is a one day and go, finish. No, you have to go through the course, and there's so much like information and things that you're going to learn along the way, and it's going to take time. But if you want to like set up and go, like start earning, like making a way for you to start earning as you learn and grow, you can do that. And that's where I will back you up on that, helping you set up your profiles, helping you determine who your target audience is, and making sure that your profiles are optimized. Well, starting with one, because that's what I suggest, is that you only start with one. I can help you figure that out, which one will be the best profile to start with. And I'll be there. So anyway, guys, I actually made it to 1 hour and 25 minutes. I can't believe it. Usually TikTok's like, you gotta go. All right, my friends, thank you for spending the time that you spent with me here. I appreciate you guys and your time. Um, Even if you didn't get a chance to ask me any questions, if you have any questions along the way, if you think of anything during the week, you know where to find me. I am Divine Success Affiliate. Where we at? Where am I at? What is this? Hold on. What is this?
I don't know. Mom, you like my books?
What? I wonder what the difference is. It says real time viewer. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It says real time viewer count, and then it has total viewers. Sit Lolly. Thanks for joining. So I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, if you think of something along the week, you have any questions, or you battle with, yes, I want to try, no, I don't want to try, yes, I want to try, yeah, or you need a word of encouragement, you need a word of direction, reach out to me. You know where to find me. Divine Success Affiliate. Los amo. Adios, guys. Have a good night. Love you, fam. Say bye, baby. Bye, Sandra.
Bye.